Yeah. Finding it cool.
It was like, yo, there's a
Bingo.
That's great music. Hey, I'm doing all right. Yourself?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, that's great music you got on your intro. I mean, what is that?
Yeah, that's original by the T-Rex Chicky from. She's on Instagram. She's also got a YouTube channel, and that's the original music. And Bolt Bucket did a video to it, like a Mexican Western. And she put out a challenge for people to do something for her music. And I remember Bolt Bucket did the spaghetti Western, and I thought, I can't really do anything to it because that's all I can tell. So once you see a spaghetti Western with that type of music, it's like you can't really do anything else. So I hit her up and asked her if I could use it for my intro on my live, and she said, yeah, not a problem. And just as long as you acknowledge it was her, which you're doing the intro. And yeah, I've been trying to get her on. I might be able to get her on later on, actually, because now she's got a boyfriend and all that, and she's a bit more happier and more positive. So I might be able to get her on with a boyfriend and have a chat. But no, I've been lining a few people up. A lot of people want to do it, but just hard when they're overseas. The time distance is a big killer. I can tell you that now. But yeah, getting there and just being busy with life in general.
Yeah. You've been running around a bit. You got yourself away last weekend. That looked awesome.
Yeah, that was on Monday. We went out bush, out behind Warhope and Wild Bull camping area and all that out there. And mind you, when we got there, it was sort of middle of the day, and it was still sort of very cool in the shadows. So
feeling that.
I think camping might be
warm up, and then it just suddenly that freeze comes on.
Yeah, the camping sort of might be putting on the back burner unless you get the fire roaring.
The fire.
But we've got plenty in the side chat. We've got Mad Girl Moto. She's the first one there. Big Bert, Lunatic, which is Michelle. Digby's in there. Big Bert. I think there's 7 in the up on the thing. That's what's there.
That is awesome. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for having me on.
And I know I've been, not that I haven't been slack. It's just I haven't had time to sort of do any lives lately.
It's hard to find time for stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, especially with with the organisation I'm with now. It just takes up a lot of time, but it's all for a good cause. I've been flat out doing videos for them too. Like I've done 9. It's obviously it's not for public viewing, but I'm flat out behind the scenes. But
mate.
it's just the way it is.
It's good to be occupied, but you get run off your feet. No two ways about it.
Yeah, exactly. He says he's going to shave his head while he sleeps.
You told me this to shave his head in honor of
You guys are talking about you, is he? I'm already shaved.
Yeah, I've got my permanent beanie going on here, so it's,
yeah, I got my hair on now.
You don't realize how much heat you lose from the top. Like when you're out camping, like you say, you got the front on the fire, and out the back, it's just all just
exactly. Imagine what it feels like when you got no hair.
Well, my forehead gets cold. What can I say?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you sleep with a beanie on; it's still not enough.
Oh.
You roll around, and your pillow pulls the beanie off, and you wake up with head chill.
I was camping a few weeks ago, and I had this really nice sleeping bag I bought. I thought, let's get the proper stuff, the real lightweight that they can handle like -7 sort of thing. And I learned that when they say -7, they don't mean you're going to be nice and comfortable in the cold. They mean you're not going to die until it's -7.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't comfortable at all.
Mrs. said that the other day. We got one that's a -5, -7, or -11 sleep bag that we had in the rooftop tent. We got in the camper now, and she goes, "That's bullshit. I was fucking freezing." Because we're up at Noon's fucking reserve out near Lithgow. It was -4 that morning. It was fucking cold. It was just going through the sleep bag.
Oh,
yeah, wake up so I could start the fire.
That brave first person who starts the fire in the morning.
Yeah. Well, that was in March too. That was when we did the silo holiday. I got all the footage for that coming up when I get around to it. But yeah,
nice.
Just it was fucking cold all around the house and all that.
How do you go with that rooftop camper thing? Is that good? Do you like that?
I've sold it now. It is good, but there's a lot of weight there on your roof racks. But no, that's awesome. That June one that we had only took 3 minutes to set up. Like we'd pull up, Mrs. Smitty would go to the toilet, and I'd have it up a beer crack, sit half drunk by the time she got back.
On the second one already. Nice.
Yeah, on the second one. And then even when you pack up, the slowest thing's putting the cover back on it, and that's only like 10 minutes. Only takes 10 minutes to pack up too. So they're really good.
They look so good.
Yeah. Did I miss the Mexican chick question? No, not yet. I should say it's usually Sandra Bullock, Mexican chick, or Catherine Zeta-Jones. It's any one of those three, but the Mexican chick's usually the one that she's the first one. The rest come in a close second.
That's a pretty good competition, that one.
Yeah, that's it. Must be a dark hair thing by the looks of it.
I never really thought about Catherine Zeta-Jones much. I mean, I don't follow much of the Hollywood movies, so I just don't see her much. But I see her sort of.
Yeah, I only mainly remember her from like when she was in Zorro, just as the clothes she wore on that, and just the way they had a character in that and how she looked. Right. Yeah, no, she's.
Hold on,
let me write this down. Be all right, anyway. I think I know. You wouldn't recognise me, piss bald bloke sitting in the corner having a beer. So.
Well, being Zorro, there'd have to be one of those scenes where the dress gets cut off with the sword, right?
Yeah, with the fucking with the fucking the foil they call it, or the sword.
Yeah.
Even Maggie, she was hot in that. I agree. Yeah. Awesome. Cool, man. So, been filming much? What's new? New on the distance on the.
Yeah, I've been filming. I haven't been editing as much as I should.
I think that's like all of us. Yeah.
Making the footage is so much easier than editing it.
Mm.
But I don't edit a great deal. I sort of put out a video a month. I don't hang myself up on it. I don't want to feel compelled and feel overbeared by it. But I've got I reckon easily 6 months of footage there. It's insane. But yeah, I do have a ride coming up. It's going to be, I'm flying over to Perth, catching up with a couple of mates over there, buying a bike, riding across the Nullarbor, and then literally riding to work. So that's going to be a nice one. Can't wait for that.
That's a go.
Yeah, I'll make more footage that I don't edit.
Yeah. Hang on.
You getting on the bike much lately?
Megos, what was that?
You getting on the bike much lately?
Oh yeah, I've been real busy on the bike.
Yeah.
Just whenever we got a run on or anything like that, I'm 2 hours away, so I do 2 hours of riding before just to get there.
Oh man, that's actually a big day. You're right. Far out.
Yeah, especially when we do a 100-mile ride too. We do a 100-mile ride, and it's 2 hours to get there. Then you do your 100-mile ride, which is like 150 k's.
200 k's in one day is enough for me. I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Sorry, man. You got me attention now. I was just changing the back screen. I still had Mad Girl Motos up there. I just changed the thumbnail.
Oh, look, I was happy
I'm a bit rusty. Haven't done one for a fucking couple of months, so I'll have to get back to it.
What do you aim for these every month or something? Is that
he aims to do one every month, and because fucking this StreamYard's pretty dear when you pay for it, it's $25 a month. So I really wanted to try and do 2 a month, but with how busy I am, I've got Buckley's and doing that, so I'm just going to try and get back to at least doing 1 a month. And when the 13th falls during the middle of the week, I'll try and get all Aussies on there. But when it's on the weekends, I'll try and get international guests because it's 8 o'clock's like there, 5:30, 7 o'clock of an afternoon. So just got to try and work it out and marry it all up.
Digby and I've done a couple of international interviews, and those early morning starts to get someone in the evening are a bit brutal. But you're right; it's just the way, You can't be getting everything at 8 in the morning.
I think Chewy's on here. Some YouTube podcast show with some Western Australian blokey.
Yeah, I've heard a rumor. It's
never heard of him. Hey Roger, how you going, mate?
Hey Roger, Michelle, Bert.
Awesome. Right, how we'll find these fucking questions, eh? Right, there it is. Here's one. Look, bang. First question. What inspired you to do your YouTube channel? Plus, when did you learn to moto?
Yeah, right. The channel came about. I was just uploading just videos of riding when I first started riding, but the channel came about from I realized I don't know how much backstory to put in. I wanted to ride to Darwin. I work in Darwin sometimes, about 2 or 3 times a year, and I thought I want to ride a bike around here. It's awesome. Hiring a bike's ludicrous. Hiring a bike is insane. So I thought, I'll ride up. How far could it be? And then I realized it's a long way, and I thought that's going to be a good journey. I should make a video and a channel for that, and that's how that started. Is this half lap around Australia I did. You can see it sort of marked in on the map behind me there. And actually learning to ride was when I was living in Queanbeyan. I was living in Sydney, and I've got my own business, and I wanted to expand it into Canberra because I didn't get any work in Canberra. So I thought I'll move into Queanbeyan for a couple of years and expand the business, And the motorcycle roads there are so perfect and so accessible. I just thought I gotta get a bike. So I got myself a bike and started, and man, I still miss riding it. It's so beautiful around there. And Queanbeyan is a terrific place. Awesome. awesome. No politicians, but all the beauty, you know.
Yeah, that's it. My young fellow, the politician, the Parliament House, he goes, "That's the scary house, isn't it, Dad?" I said, "Yeah, you're fucking right there."
That's where they say we're going to help you, and you're like, "Oh, that's a good line," you know.
Young 5-year-old was right on the money. Scary house. That's where all the scary people are. I said, "Yeah, you're fucking right."
Right. But he's got their number.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm doing my teaching, every now and then I teach for my job, and every now and then, because I teach how to organize your emails. It's one of the things I teach, and every now and then I mention how you can edit an email to put extra stuff in it, like ID numbers, reference numbers, phone notes, that sort of thing. And I like to mention that it's a true story, a certain number of years ago, a politician in Australia who edited one of their emails to change something and try and get away with it. And I like to just sort of throw out there, but, you know, a politician lying or you know, lying, deceiving, I know it's hard to believe. And everybody laughs. It's such a common understanding that you sort of lose your vision, I think, when you're a politician and you go in to try and help people and you start covering your ass, you know?
Yeah. like they're all doing lately.
You can vote whoever you want in.
They're touching people's asses, one of the three.
Oh, yeah, well.
That's what's going on in there at the moment, allegedly. All the ladies are speaking up, so who knows?
Is that true? I don't follow it. To be honest, I don't actually follow it that much. Is there like accusations and stuff rolling around? Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was yesterday. Some chickie come out in Parliament about it, but then she's withdrawn it, and he says he shares stuff. So yeah.
Oh mate, I'll reserve comment. Wow.
Yeah. That's it. That's enough of politics. Fuck politics.
Yeah. That's right on.
Yeah. All right. And you learned the motto. That was just sort of then. What age were you roughly when you started?
That was about I reckon 6 years ago, I think. So
yeah, okay.
I'm not.
Just sort of fairly recent. You didn't really sort of start riding as a kid and all that and whatnot.
I got on a Pee-wee 50 once when I was a kid, and I couldn't figure out how to change gears. I was just lost. I crunched that person's bike's gears, and it was a disaster. So that was the only experience I had.
Yeah. Higby's, what town did you live in? It was Queen.
That's a setup.
He's buttering you up.
Yeah. He knows it's a woolen dilly, and he's got a whole shtick that he does after that.
He's spool.
That's a good one.
All right, second one. What other hobbies do you have not bike related?
Oh wow. Recently I've been go-karting with mates. That's been a lot of fun. I've really been enjoying that. Got a few mates in go-karting with, and we're sort of getting quickly addicted to that. You know how that goes.
Yeah. Is that with the 100Js and all that, like actual race carts?
I don't know how much they're actual race carts. They're
a race. Yeah, they're usually 100Js, 100.
I couldn't tell you.
J100s are like the 100cc little. Like, they fucking go anyway. Yeah, a good little race ones. I know Costa Harbour actually have race carts there that you can hire, and you just race around the go-kart track there for about 20 minutes or so. Yeah,
that sounds addictive. Costa Harbour, it's we did 9 horsepower ones, and they felt fast enough, and then we did the 15 horsepower ones, and you're sort of going, okay, it's more smooth to handle. You can't just throw it into the corners. You got to think about it.
Yeah, he's spinning out anyway.
Yeah, I'm the spin out king. I'm just always trying to
hook in. No race line. It's just
what's a race line?
What's the race line?
It's okay. You take someone out with you. It's one less person to beat.
That's it. If I'm going out, you're going out with me.
No, that's great fun. Very addictive.
Rubbin's racing, they say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any
Well,
other
that's
things
great.
like obviously photography or something like that? You like photography or obviously camera work?
I do like photography, but I'm not a photographer.
Yeah.
I think I've got a bit of an eye, but I don't have an interest in pursuing it. I've got I just like to take photos and they come out nice. But I do tool around with music sometimes. I used to be a musician, and I still play around a bit and write a little bit. But you wouldn't want anyone to hear it. It's what I used to do is a lot better than what I do now. That's for sure.
Kazo Moto, they said, trust us, owning a Harley is cheaper than go-karting. I believe that too, because tires they wear out so quick, and you got to rebuild the engines and
yeah, right. Is it rebuilding the engines a big thing in that?
Yeah, because they're two-strokes, you got to change the rings and that all the time, and it's just a lot of work, a lot of hands-on mechanic stuff, and then the cost gets up there. That's if you want to be competitive, or even if you do it as a hobby, it's still pretty costly, like anything.
Yeah, even just renting them and going for the ride is expensive.
Yeah,
but I got a new appreciation now. I didn't realize it was that involved.
Yeah. Oh, that's sort of the race carts and club meetings and all that and whatnot. Because when you're riding, you got to have a race license and shit like that. I only know that from growing up with my brothers racing their motocross and speedway. The go-kart track was right next to it. Gotcha. It's all like your V8 supercars, just smaller type of thing with go-karts. That's where they come from, all go-karts and whatnot.
They all seem to come up from the go-karts, right? That's like where a lot of those classes.
Digby's got the ear played with an organ.
Not mine.
Hey, I used to be an organist. That's for real too. Actually, I used to play concerts.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, what sort? What were you doing?
We used to have a Lowry organ, and I went into a Hammond organ contest and a Yamaha organ contest. And because you don't own their brands of organ, it's like fucking going to a Harley competition with a Honda type of thing. So it's all sort of rigged before you even get there. So I found out quite early that a lot of competitions are rigged and it's all fucking set up. So as soon as I found that out, I fucked off. As soon as I turned 17, I left home. That's when I stopped.
That is a bizarre thing to be sort of, rigged and in a group and all that kind of thing. That's really
I love music. Like I would have loved the drums, but fucking me oldies are pretty old. They wouldn't let me play the drums.
That's the hard one to sort of make the sell on, isn't it? I used to have a drum set. I had a drum set for I think about a year. I was in a share house, and I learned that just because you want to play the drums doesn't mean that you're good at playing the drums. I'm not a good drummer. Yeah,
exactly. Because my best man, he was a good drummer.
Yeah,
and we knew a few others that could play the drums, and it's definitely an art to it. Everyone says they just sit there and whack the skins, but there's definitely a talent to it, especially your double kicks and everything else and all the other stuff. And
totally, mate. I used to play with a guy called Adam, and he was a phenomenal drummer. And over the years, the appreciation you get of how talented they are is off the scale. I mean, it's incredible when you're a good drummer.
It's like Travis Barker. I was watching someone on YouTube. It's a drum one, and how they do the tap taps and their double kick, and they just explain it. They got their whole other language of what they're talking about, and this, that, and the other, and it's just okay, yeah, whatever.
Sounds good. All right.
Yeah, you in?
Yeah.
Daily. Ben's got electric drums here in my studio.
They sound amazing, the modern ones. They're incredible.
Yeah, they're a bit different to the old electric drums. You go,
1980s, yes.
Like a subwoofer.
Bit of Duran stuff.
Yeah. Excuse me, pseudo echo.
I mean, nowadays it's like I feel like a Ludwig set. You just press the buttons and you got all the Ludwig sounds on you. It's incredible.
Yeah, exactly. But Chewy first, then Big. Man, is what I'm up to. Hang on. Next one, question 3. Drones. Yeah. What's your worst drone experience? And if you haven't had a drone, what's your favorite band you've seen live?
Oh, I can answer both of those. Jeez, everyone's got a favorite band that's seen live, but I do have a drone. It's not a very exciting story or funny one or anything. I just flew it into a tree, the old classic, and it was just damaged enough that you're thinking you can clip parts together and it's going to be okay, and it wasn't okay. But I had the DJI Mini 2 back then, and I had that insurance, and I'm thinking, it's no way they're going to take care of it. They took care of it. They're like, oh, you're an idiot, but here's a new one. And that was it. It was incredible.
Yeah.
DJI insurance.
I got a DJI Mini 2, and I haven't even fucking flown it yet. I charged it up on the weekend. That's about it. I haven't got flying it yet.
The intention's there. You should fly it. Why haven't you flown it?
Too scared. The other one, I fucking pushed the button and it fucked off. So I just don't want it happening again.
I've sort of had something a bit similar to that, where I sent one flying off. I was driving from Sydney to Melbourne, and I was driving with Jen in a little convertible car. I've got a little MX-5. And we thought, let's get some footage of us driving around this beautiful sort of lake we're driving on. So I set the drone up and made it follow us, and it didn't work. So we drove off. The drone just did the return to home thing. It was like, okay, you guys are gone. And it flew back to where it took off from. But I didn't think about where I'd taken off from. I'd taken off from the middle of the road because I thought that's a nice empty space. And this poor drone's just sitting in the middle of the road going, oh, blah, 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 it's going to come back soon. And I'm thinking, man, I've got to turn around and get back to this thing. Ended up
before someone cleans it up.
It would have been awful. Yeah, you got to watch out where you take off from. That's what I learned. And bands would have been Yes.
Yeah, favorite band you've seen live?
Yeah, that's Yes. That prog rock band, Yes, they got the classic lineup back together in the 90s. And I never thought I was going to see the classic lineup from Close to the Edge and Tales of Oceans or whatever it's called. I thought that's impossible. So when it happened, I was living in Adelaide at the time. I took an overnight bus, thinking I'll sleep on the bus and arrive refreshed. And we all know how that goes. It's not the opposite. But the concert was amazing, and I even when they did their big finale, I ran past security right up to the front of the stage and jumped up and down like a screaming, sort of. It was just the best. It was just one of those things you never think you'd actually see in your life. I was astonished I got a chance to see them. What's yours? What's a band you wanted to see that you got to see?
Man, I've seen a lot. I really want to see Slipknot. I miss them. They played in Sydney there the other month. My son went to it, the prick. But anyway,
just recently.
I'd love another one. I'd really love to see Five Finger Death Punch if they ever make their venture out this way.
I've heard of them. I don't know anything about them.
You haven't heard of them?
I've heard of them. That's all I've heard. I've never heard the name. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, they're heavy. They're heavy band. Five Finger Death Punch and Slipknot, and I've seen a lot, and there's still a lot I'd like to see. Just to see some bands I've seen already again. Like I've seen the Angels about 4 or 5 times. So Doc Nice is dead now, so that's not going to happen anymore. I've seen already seen AC/DC, seen Metallica. I do regret not seeing Linkin Park at Soundwave. We miss them, and but yeah, Angels and Airwaves, Blink-182, Offspring, Cypress Hill, Sum 41. Who else played there? Garbage didn't play. Paramore played. They rolled up late, and Blink-182 said, "Well." It's way back when they had Kempsey floods, and Paramore couldn't get to the gig till later that night, which was about 7 o'clock. And Blink just finished their set. Offspring were doing theirs. And they just said, "Oh, use our shit." And they jumped out there and they played when Metallica did at the other stage. So it was the last gig of the night. And little pocket rocket, they just put on a performance. It was one of those gigs that you had to be there because they just ripped. They just didn't care. They said, "Thanks for staying here with us," and all this, just jumping around the stage and all that stuff. And that was a good concert. I like festivals. Then I like seeing bands themselves. Another one we've seen Limp Bizkit. I've seen Limp Bizkit at a big day out when their chickie got crushed. But then also when they came back, I seen them in Newcastle. In Newcastle, was it Newcastle or was it the Horden Pavilion? I think it was actually Newcastle, and they no arranged seating, and Fred Durst, and they just went off in an enclosed stage where you heard them in a concert. Then when you see him at a festival, then you would see him inside where it was all locked in, and it was loud as. It was awesome. But plenty. It's a Metallica. Megadeth played with Slipknot did, so I miss them. And just I'm open. I like anything heavy and anything grit. It just depends what mood you're in. Like I like reggae. Don't like rap too much, but there's some I can handle. And then just easy listening. And I love Sublime, their Blessing album. That's good. It's sort of like your reggae sort of Mexican easy listening sort of style.
Yeah.
Anything with a good beat.
Yeah, look, if it's good music, it's good, isn't it? I was lucky enough.
I was going to bed now. Night.
I was lucky enough to be a driver for Metallica about 20 years ago. When they were doing the big day out, and just moving bags around for them and stuff like that. Michael George used to do. I think he still does do promotion for a lot of bands in Adelaide, and got me on as a driver for a bit. So it was interesting meeting people there, but seeing them up close. But it's not something I wanted to do as a career, but some people do a career out of it.
Yeah, that's it. Good stuff. I'm going to grab another beer and then we'll hit you with another question.
Nice one. Hi, everyone. Walkabout Creek. One of the roadcast.
That doesn't take long. The fridge is right there.
Oh, nice.
I'm back on the Coopers today.
Really? Cooper's Green or Cooper? Oh, yeah, right. The dry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Cooper's Clear. And they've plugged it again. And
I remember when it came out.
After drinking Smitty, it was $48 a carton, so that'll do me. When new and everything else is like 55 and 57.
It's going up, isn't it?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, that. I'm on the vent spoke crankshaft.
Vent spoke.
Vent spoke crankshaft. Yeah, not bad.
That's the way. Yeah, old Coopers. What?
Yeah, Coopers make a good beer. Just don't buy a Cooper's Pale in South Australia, or they'll interrupt you and say you should be rolling it.
Yeah, I like the Pale Ale.
It's
Sparkling Ale, they're $60-something a carton.
They used to be classic when I was living in Adelaide. I'd buy long neck of the green, long neck of the red. That was like just a nice sort of cruise evening,
Yeah, exactly. I remember back in my prime, I knocked out 4 of those sparkling ale long necks, and that was a big night. I remember much after the 4th one. You're ready for bed, actually. I think after the 4th one, you're like, I can do on the head wobbles.
I swear it tastes better in the long neck. I don't know if it's the brewing or what, but I swear the long necks taste better.
Yeah. Fuck off. Hang on. I got all this shit happening here.
They're trying to sell you stuff.
Fucking emails and Googles and shit happening. All beer is the best beer, exactly. Chewy said he hadn't had a beer for 2 weeks. Fuck, I'd die.
Nice bird, mate. Is that part of a bigger thing, or are you just but what are you not drinking for, Chewy? I mean, fantastic. I'm just curious.
I was thinking about doing dry July again, but the last time I did that, I put fucking 8 kilos on, so I'm not doing it again.
Did you substitute the beer with something else? You're like,
yeah, I was drinking drinking fruit juice. I was drinking passion fruit nectar and orange and mango, and just I replaced it with juice. A lot of it, obviously, because I do love fucking juices, orange juice and whatnot.
They're nice.
I was just fucking put the weight on. It was all natural sugar.
There's so
much. I swore not to do it again. So there's less sugar in this. So
I hear that. You see some of those drinks, like your vodka drinks with the alcohol-free spritzers and things, and it makes me wonder how much sugar is in a lot of these things. That's sort of reducing it down. I mean, you're having a.
I thought that too. Like if I did dry July, would I still be able to have zero alcohol beers? Like
surely
zero beer. Or would that still be classed as drinking?
You would be having a beer, but you wouldn't be having a drink. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't
say. That's a hard one. So you're gonna blow your sponsors because you raised your money and if you have a beer.
You're just like, oh, don't worry, it's not alcoholic. Yeah.
It's not alcoholic. It's all good. I'm not drinking.
It just doesn't look right. You're right.
So I go, nah, not doing that.
It's a hard one to do. I'm impressed, Drew. Nice job.
Yeah. All right. Next question. This one's a doozy. Everyone loves this one.
Oh boy.
It says, tell us something mischievous about yourself that your oldies don't know about.
Do you want a list? Or
yeah, okay. Yeah.
No,
just something funny and that you did as a kid that you already sort of didn't find out till later or don't know or anything like that.
That's a good question.
When I first did this, who was it? It was Joy on a bike. Her and her brother used to lay on trampolines and shoot the BB guns at the neighbour's roof on the corrugated iron, and all you could hear was the fucking BBs fucking hitting the roof of the.
Looking outside, no idea it's coming.
Yeah,
you wouldn't think.
And what I can remember, Rob, I think he stole his uncle's or his dad's fucking combi, drove for a barbed wire fence, and he only got found out because the barbed wire ripped the vinyl roof. Or marked it. So
you can't fix that easy.
Yeah, some sort of story like that. So
yeah, I don't know. I mean, something that comes to mind, it's not a great story, but my father lent me his car a few times. And he's sort of really proud of his cars. He'd buy things like, the top level Nissan Skyline and the top level Toyota Cressida. He kind of liked his upper level cars. Mm-hmm. And I was backing out from a band practice one night, and I was talking to the drummer, if I remember right, and just backing out into the street, not looking behind me while I'm talking out the open window, and I just slammed into the car that was parked. And of course, everything drops, and you oh my god, I've just trashed the back of the car and someone else's car. I got out. 2 tow bars literally did that.
Okay.
Scot-free. I didn't have to say a word to him. Just the 2 tow bars literally hit each other, slid over each other, not an ounce of damage. I was super lucky. And I did drop him off at the airport.
Get out of jail free card, that one.
You'd swear you'd dream it. It was so lucky. I could not believe you couldn't make it happen.
Yeah.
And I did drop him off to the airport in that car once, and then did burnouts in the car park while I was taking off. So that was something you wouldn't have imagined. But I was pretty good. I didn't do too much too crazy.
Yeah, I was good too because I just never got caught. So
You don't have to admit to nothing.
yeah,
They only admit to the stuff you get caught for. Fair enough.
yeah.
That was super lucky, Joey.
Yeah, that's a secret. You got to try not to get caught when you do anything like that. That's the secret.
Go on.
All these young fellas today, they just get caught all the time. They keep going and too much.
You got to be a fast runner.
Next one.
Mm.
What's your most favourite sport you have played or watched on telly? Yeah, what's your sport you go to?
I'm not a good sport player.
Not a sports,
I used to play cricket, and I was
Yeah.
pretty lousy. I got some mates who are great cricketers, but I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
And I used to be a runner. I was good, but not great. You know,
Mhm.
sports not my thing. But I used to love watching IndyCar racing back in the late '90s.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
they were,
that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to really be sports. Like just watch what do you like watching? I love watching Indy cars. Oh no, I love watching the Daytona, like the NASCAR.
the NASCAR.
But then when it's Daytona and they go around and around and around in fucking circles, they're a bit boring. But when it's a street circuit or something like that, when it's a street circuit, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the Indy cars in the '90s. They had a period they were doing the ovals, and some ovals are nuts and intense and amazing. But like you say, you're watching it from the outside. It's hard to get immersion. You got to get a lot of in-car footage to feel what's really amazing and going on. But they mixed up with another series called Kart Series, and they were all road tracks. You had all these oval drivers doing road tracks in half of the races, and road tracks doing ovals half of the races. So everyone was out of their element, which made some terrific racing and big personalities and no electronic controls. It was a good era. I used to love it back then.
That's like Ambrose when he went over there and raced the NASCAR. When in the street circuits they couldn't catch him, but in the ovals and all that, he was sort of like everyone else. But when he got to a street circuit, he just fucking flogged him. He used to race on the V8s, you know. So
nice. I might see if I can find a couple of those online. That'd be awesome to watch.
Yeah,
the Aussie coming in and just smashing it on the street.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'm gonna write that down. I want that. Ambrose US Daytona. I'll say that. That'll remind me. Nice.
I play a new leg.
He must be a cricketer.
Yeah. You obviously like footy and all that. That's about it as well.
Yeah, I like watching a game with the footy if I get into it and I'm with the right people. If I follow a team, it's the Western Bulldogs. They have that whole astonishing highs and astonishing lows sort of career.
Yeah.
And I kind of like a good underdog story, you know. But I'm not a follower of the season. Really.
Yeah, I like Big Bird. I like Hawthorn. Always have. They're struggling these days because they've only got young fellas coming through, but they had a win on the weekend, so that's good.
Is that hard in the modern era with everyone trading and everything? You get a whole bunch of young guys in and everything, and surely you must lose them once they get talented. They get picked up by other teams and stuff. Is it hard to nurture a young team these days?
Yeah,
it's about the money, right?
Oh, exactly. It's all about money, and it's like the state of origin. You know, like the first game they had on a neutral ground down in Adelaide, and it did not have the aura about it like normal state of origins, which we all watch. And it just lacked everything, but it was just all a big money spinner, like to get money and send it to another state who's not even interested in rugby league. They haven't even got a rugby league team, but they send it to Adelaide.
I couldn't understand why they took it there. It didn't make sense.
Yeah, so they would have been better sending it to like a small country town like Newcastle or Canberra or somewhere like that, where you can actually be in New South Wales, where everyone, the bush country, all loves the league. Everybody. And they send it to an AFL town. It just doesn't make sense. But
I don't get it.
That's NRL for you. Like they just anything for cash.
Yeah, right. So that's what it was. It was like that they were sort of paid or something to do it. Is that what that was?
Oh no, it's just the money spinner thing. You just like to get. It's just be a big money spinner. That's all. They just want to get money for as many people in the seats and all that type of thing to support the NRL. But all the locals are sick of it. They just want to just let them play the football, do it the old way like you usually do, and don't touch it. But they keep messing around with it, so it's fucking it up a bit. But anyway, number 6. This is the chicky Mexican chicky one.
I already know your answer.
Yeah. You already know mine. He goes, okay. What celebrity does it for you? The one you wouldn't kick out of bed.
Yeah, for me that's that's Julie Haggerty. Julie Haggerty, who was in the Flying High movie.
Oh right, way back.
Yeah. She had that big wild hair and that amazing voice and that sort of soft but piercing gaze. She's 100%. She's awesome. I think I've watched nearly every movie she's in.
Who's yours, Digby? Punch it in the fucking comments. Who's your celebrity you wouldn't kick out of bed? Nico?
That'd be Jax. She's a celebrity. She's on YouTube.
It's a bit hard to kick your middle leg out of bed. Surely you can't be serious.
Have you ever had somebody say someone like Cleopatra or Mary Magdalene or someone from like 2,000 years ago or something?
Nah, I had someone said an old duck the other day. I didn't even know who she was. Okay. So who was the last one?
Oh, I've just gotten Harley.
It might have been. I don't know if it was Ryan Full Throttle Hog. I can't remember who he said but I know someone said an old celebrity, and I didn't even fucking. They were talking about it. Yeah, okay, righto.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Don't call me Shirley.
Roger. Over Roger. that lines. It's so good.
That's the go.
Let's go.
All right. It's a drinking one. What's your poison? Beer, spirit, cider, and what's your favorite hangover brekkie?
Hangover brekkie. I avoid hangovers these days. Wow. At the moment, the Ben Spoke crankshaft's pretty solid. all these flying highlights coming out. I love it. That's so good. The hospital. What is it? The Ben Spoke's doing me pretty well lately. I'll get onto the Cooper's Green sometimes. I like that. But I love a good ginger beer. A good ginger beer is awesome, but man, it's hard to find a good ginger beer. Most of them are.
Oh, you know what a good ginger beer is? It's that Kirk's ginger beer with a nip of fucking Gentleman Jack in it.
Oh,
yeah.
I got my pen.
That's my poison.
Really, that Kirk's ginger beer.
Kirk's ginger beer, the real gingery ginger beer.
I know the one. It's great.
Yeah, and a nip of Gentleman Jack in it. And fucking, that's the duck's guts, I tell you.
You've changed my life, Smitty.
You don't know if it's the ginger beer fucking burning your throat or the JD.
Well, that's it. It can't be all sweet and everything, but it can't just be all like, sort of harsh. You got to get something that's spicy but good.
Yeah, you got to have it. 50-50.
You've ruined me. That's excellent. I like that.
Yeah, give it a go and let me know how you go at it.
All right, I love it. That's inspirational. That's excellent.
Yeah, I speak jive.
And hangover cure, I think you can't beat a good old-fashioned style hamburger, not a McDonald's burger, but like your beetroot and cheese and
decent
everything.
takeaway. I understand what you're saying.
Oh,
Like either a decent hamburger or a bacon roll, or exactly.
Yep. That's got all the
In
ingredients.
Ulladulla, they used to all roll up at Keppers. Like of a night time, everyone on the piss, they'd be at the pizza joint.
Yep.
Then there'd be fights there because people were stealing other piece of pizzas.
For real.
Then the next morning, everyone's up at Keppers, like anywhere from 8:30 onwards. They're all parking at Keppers, going in for a greasy fucking hamburger or a fucking bacon and egg roll or a bacon roll. And they're all hungover and still in the same clothes they were at the party and the next that night. And that were the good old days.
That's I've been off my head a couple of times in Ulladulla. That's a great place.
Fuck yeah.
Magic Mountain Road, not Magic Mountain, Monkey Mountain
Road. Yeah.
That's a perler, man. I couldn't believe it when you said you do that all the time.
Well, you know how you go on Wheelbarrow Road and you got the turn off to go to Pigeon House. Then you keep going to Monkey Mountain Road. Mm-hmm. When you go right just down the hill there, about 50 meters, where Mrs. Smitty grew up. Big property on the right where it had the horse equestrian. That was their old man built that house.
For real?
Yeah. And that's and you should see the view from there because you see all the mountain range and you see Pigeon House. It's just the big valley. And I actually got look through my videos. There is one in there. It's Mrs. Smitty's home, and it's all on Pigeon House. And Monkey Mountain Road, we used to ride that all the time to go down to get the terminal and Bawley Point and on the way to Bateman's Bay. Yeah. That's like as soon as you just saying, I go, oh yeah, check this out.
Man.
I've watched it a few times. I love watching old roads that I really know. And like even when we did all the meetup videos at East Lynn, I love watching that because everyone's obviously riding down in my hometown. But I was born in Canberra, so I know the King's Highway as well, all the way down to Clyde, the Bateman's Bay. We lived at Bateman's Bay, and we were going there all the time, which forced us to buy the holiday home in Ulladulla. Then we ended up moving from Canberra to the holiday house and building and bricking in underneath and making it bigger for us all to live in. And did the step down Ulladulla and then lived in the holiday house. And
you could do. Hang on, you're frozen. You got
it in underneath and made it instead of a 2-bedroom.
Understood.
It's all right. Wi-Fi's fucking up. It's all good.
That's such a good spot. That's amazing. It's Ulladulla, the prices there have gone through the roof. It's really
it's going to be forcing me old man out actually because Mum's just gone into a home. She had a stroke the other week. She's in a home. She's pretty much on her last legs. But it's like Dad said, land value now of their house is $1 million. And Dad being home and on the pension and himself, you go, well, we don't know what the rates are going to be like now. So land value for their house is $1 million. It's $2 million. We'll have to end up being forced to sell.
Yeah,
which is a bugger. But
that'd be hard to live in your place. Wow.
But we always get homesick when we go down there because I know living on the beach like I did and growing up. Walking down the beach of an afternoon when you wanted to, or any time and walk the beach, it was just so good.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Last time I was there was just seals just hanging out on the beach, and it's everyone's walking their dogs. It's a great place, really nice. It's just nice there.
Yeah, especially Easter time's the worst, believe it or not. Everyone goes down Easter. Like Christmas time, you got a month where everyone goes down and goes home and goes down and goes home. But on Easter time, you got 4 days and everyone wants to go there. And they have blessing of the fleet. So they have a big parade in the guts. They bless the fleet and the greasy pole and all the events down in the harbour. And it's like fucking half of Sydney and half of Canberra will come that one weekend, and you just can't fucking go anywhere.
You see long lines of traffic going in and out at the start and end of the weekend.
Yeah.
It's outrageous. They're building a bypass, right? They're doing that.
They're building a bypass. I think it's going out the back of past the tip. I think they were going to try and have it when you come into Milton, you turn right at Milton and loop around bypass Ulladulla altogether, and you come out the south side of Brule Lake, or you come out the top of Brule Lake there somewhere. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it, actually. You think if they really wanted to spend the money, they do something with Monkey Mountain Road and Wheelbarrow Road and bypass like that. They'll cut through from Milton that way if they were serious about it. But other than that, they've just been talking about when you get to Milton, past the caravan park, before you get to the survey, like between Ulladulla and Milton, there's a track to the right, which is Slaughterhouse Road, and that cuts past through Kings Point, or you'll come out just north of Brule Lake before you come down the hill to Brule Lake, and that just cuts out Ulladulla and Kings Point. So at the moment, I don't think they know what they're fucking doing, really.
Put me in that position, I wouldn't know either. But I'd build a bypass around. Is it Nowra that's further up?
Yeah.
There's no way to get down there without going through Nowra, and it's horrible riding through there. I hate it.
Yeah, well, and they've been doing that intersection on North Nowra there at Bombadary since we left. We went down there, like I said, the other weekend, 2 weeks ago. And it's a bottleneck, and it's still shithouse. And they've built another bridge next to the other two bridges, so there's got 3 bridges there.
Really?
And the one fucking intersection. And like Mrs. Smitty, she's gone. They started this when we left here. We've been up here 22 years now, and they still haven't fucking finished it.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow. It'll never end.
Yeah. Does Dave know that, Nick?
Dave know that Nick is interviewing Smitty with it. Yeah, right.
No, that may be coming up.
They give it about 3 to 6 months for the editing time. Bloody hell, I'm a slow editor, man.
Yeah. Me too. I still haven't done the meetup one from last year. And there's 2 months to go before the next one, so I got to do it. I got to do it fucking soon. I definitely got to do it soon. So yeah. And this one's another drinky one. Excuse me. What drink you swear never to touch again?
Yeah, I know the answer to this one.
Black Russians.
Black Russians, really? I like Black Russians. Yeah,
I had a bad experience on Black Russians. Might have been the 15 rounds of beer and the 2 other rounds of Dirty Mothers before it, but
mate, that's
I put it down to the Black Russians.
That's
no,
a
Russia.
sort of build on top of it. Far out.
It's Putin or whatever his name.
the Putin drink. I'll
have to find it, and I'm going over there. It is there. Question.
Julie Haggerty's birthday yesterday. She was 68. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, and she's a beautiful woman. I saw an interview with her that was done 4 or 5 years ago. She's amazing.
Well, I've seen video footage of Tina Turner singing that fucking rugby league song, and I think she was about fucking 60 then too.
She looks like she's 30. It makes no sense. I don't know how she does it. I didn't know that was the question, Roger. With the drink, back when my parents went away and my mate Justin, we came over. He had Southern Comfort, a little flask of Southern Comfort. I had a flask of Jim Beam. Yeah, and we put on some old Bathurst videos and had a good time, and that was a messy end to the day. He took care of me, man, because I was just a wreck. I was all over the shop, and that guy stood up and stood up again. He took care of me.
Yeah. I've interviewed a lot of people on this one with this question, and it's Southern Comfort that's fucking leaps and bounds against fucking everything else.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and it's
everyone. Southern Comfort.
A lot of them are saying. Everyone's saying. I think Chewy was Southern Comfort. There's fucking heaps of them. Everyone said Southern Comfort.
It's a strange drink. It does taste different to a lot of spirits, and I don't know why. But my mate Justin loves it. But the Jim Beam put me on my ear. It was not good. It wasn't pretty at all.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just 68 free coffee, Roger. Me too.
Yeah, no, I started forcing myself to drink Jim Beam again because I just didn't like having the drink tell me that I couldn't drink it anymore. So I kind of forced myself over the bridge, and I'm okay now. But I couldn't smell it for a decade.
It's a shitty brew. There was a lot of people I've interviewed, and there's probably about 5 or 6 of them that have actually said Southern Comfort. I even think Ice Spike fucking said Southern Comfort from over Western Australia.
Why is it different? It's a different thing.
I remember when I tried it. I was only a teenager at the time. I was just drinking beer at the time, and my mate had. The old days, you get your flask of Southern Comfort and you have a 1.25 skull fucking bit of the coke out of it and then put your whole flask in.
That's all right.
What's that? Southern Comfort. I'll give me a swig so I can have a good guzzle. I fucking looked at it. I fucking, it's black. Yeah, fuck, that tastes like Fanta. I was like, give it back to him. It tastes like Fanta. That's what I thought of.
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's trouble brewing with that.
So Flip's in the house. I got to get this old digger. I got to get him on a live one day. He's had health issues of late, but I'll get him on one day. He'll come. He'll come to the party.
Nice.
I seen his video this morning. He was riding out somewhere.
Yeah.
Flip's been a good supporter.
Is he Australia or England, United States? Where is he?
Yeah, he's America.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what part. Obviously South. He'll tell you. There's Chewy. Southern Comfort is my Satan.
There's been a bad night there, clearly.
Yeah. Hey, Flip, what part of the state's you in, mate? He'll answer us in a minute. Pretty sure it's the southern side somewhere.
Yeah.
Pretty sure South's better than North anyway.
Mate, I loved Texas. Texas was so good.
Yeah.
It's really amazing people there.
Because you got your hot Texas and then you got your other bit of Texas.
It's a good state.
You're not so hot Texas.
I remember seeing, I think going into the airport, if I remember right, there was a sign that said, you're not allowed to open carry in the airport. Which I thought was mind-blowing.
Yeah. North Carolina mountains, Carolina. Yeah.
I don't know much about North Carolina. Right.
No, that's around the guts, isn't it? Just above Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure that's fucking south.
That's cool. And obviously the bike's blue. Nice.
So the north side. Oh, I could stir up a hornet's nest if I said, so that mean you're a Yankee or or a rebel?
Don't get into all that, dude.
No pun intended there.
Oh, man.
Right on the 10 border. Righto. Yeah. That's like saying if you're black or white. Fucking yeah.
I have no opinion. I've never said nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you say. You get yourself into trouble, and I don't like trouble.
Nah. Tried, yeah. less trouble the better.
Yeah.
No politics. In Taree, doesn't matter what colour you are, you always get yelled at.
Mate,
Tampa,
it's like when
Florida,
people
born
say,
and
I don't
raised.
care what you are about anything or anything at all. I hate all of you. It's just
Yeah,
hate everyone.
yeah, I hate everyone equally. Yeah, I hate everyone equally. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, Taree's the only place I've walked down the street and I've been called a fucking whitey. So,
Yeah.
and all I was doing was going to pick the kids up from work.
Oh, you're fucking white,
Yes.
I suppose. So,
Yeah, I'm a fucking whitey. Yeah, pretty much.
This question with the party, I do have an answer for this one.
Yes, what's your best party or celebration that you've been to or thrown yourself?
Yeah, when I was young, I
Night, Rochelle.
I have a good one. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
I got in a fight in Taree for buying a pie at a bakery. That's gold. When I was young, I threw a Blues Brothers party. Blues Brothers
Oh,
thing.
fuck yeah.
Yes, Blues Brothers on the telly going over. We had the music playing. Everyone was in.
The Blues Travelers play there.
What's that?
You have the Blues Travelers playing there. I love them. They're awesome.
The chicken wire up on the stage, you know.
Blues Travelers band.
Everyone was with their glasses and the hat and the whole deal, and the police got caught. So we turned up to the sight of 3 Blues Brothers walking down the driveway to sort of help calm everything down and, what's going on sort of thing. It must have been a sight for them. Might have thought it was a Mormon party or something, I don't know. But it was, that was good fun. But, that's probably the best party I think I've thrown, best party I've been to. I know I got into a bit of trouble in one of them, but, that was, someone had their homemade slivovich, it was called, and it was passing that around. And there's a lot I don't remember about that one. That was, I've made
when you get parties like that, you don't remember. They usually are the good ones.
I'm positive these decisions I'd reevaluate in hindsight.
I remember one I was in Pimble pub, and my best man at my wedding, I think we were just my best mate at the time. I was helping him pay his house off. He was renting a room out, so I was staying with him at Warrenora, or what is it? Fucking one near Hornsby, Warunga, Warrenora, one of them ones. And there was a party not far from the Pimble pub, and we walked down to the pub for the party, and the fella knocking on the door, and my mates looked at me. He goes, "I don't know if we're going to get in here because I got into a fight with this bloke 2 weeks ago." And as soon as he opened the door up, here he is at the front door, drunk as a skunk. "Jace, yeah, come on in, man. Yeah, no, it's all good." And it's fucking sweet. So he made it in the door, and they had a band playing in the lounge room, tarps all over the floor, 2 tarps, but they were overlapped. And everyone sort of ventures through to the kitchen. And out the back, they had the bong smoking room and all that, and the beers out the back and the fridge out the back. But the high traffic area was through the lounge room where the band was. And everyone, it was a good idea having the tarps there. But when people were walking through, they were tripping over the tarps and spilling all their drinks as well. And
would have become a big slip and slide.
Exactly, and then out the back where they had the chuffing room and all that, they had to walk through the kitchen, so they all got the munchies and they raided the freezer and we turned the oven on and we started cooking party pies and fucking everything we could find in there. And we ate them out of house and home.
Oh,
and
no.
Still made a mess of the lounge room. It's just like, get in a taxi, let's go, bye. See you later. And it was just, I didn't know him from a bar of soap, so it's just like we're wreaked havoc in his house for one night and then pissed off.
That's gold. Just ate all his party pies and left. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, your friend.
Just one of my, Guys,
I do know I was at a party once, and me and a couple. Yeah. Oh, hold on, you're frozen. Have I got you back? Have I got you back there?
Yep, there we go. Fucking
Nice.
hiccuping.
Nice. Yeah, I did go to
All
a
right,
party.
we'll get to the next question before we fucking conk out.
That's true. Up and down.
Yeah, I heard this one off fucking the footy show. Andrew Johns told about it. Said the question. Where's the start? It's a long one, but you get the gist of it when it. Here we go.
Gotcha.
You're going out in the town, on a bender.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to your favourite pub. Talking like a bender, and he goes, you get to take 4 people with you. Past your choice, past or present. 1, an actor. 2, family member. 3, singer or a band. And 4, your choice.
Wow.
Yeah, you go out on a bender and whatnot.
I'll tell you the tough bit of that question is past or present, like passed away or present. I mean, geez, you bring people back who have passed away any day of the week, even if you have to get them smacked for it, that's for sure. To put that aside, I don't know. Actor, I guess Julie Haggerty. I mean, that'd be one thing, right?
Yeah.
And then,
time.
makes sense. Why would I miss that opportunity? There's also
exactly.
I'd like to bring Hunter S.
And the bar you're taking to the Coyote Ugly. Get her up on the tabletop.
She would own it. She's awesome. The Hunter S. Thompson would just get the whole thing off the hook. I mean, he's passed away. But that would just be amazing. I don't know. Bill Burr, Bill Burr, the comedian, he'd be a good one to have on there. He's he's got that good balance of everything going on. He'd be pretty awesome. And I don't know, musician. What about Weird Al Yankovic? He seems like a bloke, Weird Al Yankovic, and he seems like good fun.
Yeah, that'd be a bit twisted. Yeah, you get in some fucking trouble there, I reckon.
He's an all right guy. Everyone says he's a top bloke. I reckon that'd be a good thing. So I'd go with that set.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Mine was I remember mine was the family member was probably my cousin. He died when he was 24. Wow. He died on the needle. But where fucking any pub, I don't care. Trying to catch up with Brett in question. He goes, actor. I like probably James Belushi because you can play the harp and all that as well.
Mate, family one of my favorite
would be me Jace, me cousin.
Yep.
Band and singer. Well, since I got James Belushi, I just mentioned the band before the traveling fucking. What was their name? Traveling. We just said it. I've got Traveling Wilburys in my head. It's not that. Traveling Blues Travelers. That's him. They're actually in the Blues Brothers. He's a big tubby fella that tries to get Elroy to come around and see him play. And he's a big tubby fella on the harmonica in the movie. That's the Blues Travelers. Yeah.
Nice.
He'd be awesome.
I love him in that movie, Real Men.
Yeah, James Belushi, Blues Travelers, cousin. And the last one was, what was it?
The person of your choice.
Actor, person of your choice, yeah. I'll bring another fella back from the dead. Yeah, Bon Scott. Again, we'll have a drinking comp.
Boy,
that'd be pretty wild.
He was awesome.
Venue, I reckon it'd have to be a dungeon somewhere in the fucking, in Canberra Civic, down in the dungeon.
Venue for me, it'd be Loaded Dog out at Tarago. The Loaded Dog out at Tarago, a good spot. That'd be bang on.
In the blue, was that the Blues Brothers 2000? Yeah, I was okay. Yeah, Blues Brothers 2000. Yeah, traveling Blues Travelers. Yeah. I love their song Carolina. It's fucking really good.
I'm writing it in Blues Travelers.
Travelers, yeah.
Carolina. I'll check it out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, Richard Pryor. Yeah, right. I only got an appreciation of him through Bill Burr.
Another great you might want to like. Do you like the Black Keys, that style?
I never really picked up on it. I might, but I've never really focused.
There's another one. They're called the Blue Stones. They're a bit sort of like the Black Keys sort of style, but a bit more bluesy. Yeah,
I'll check it out.
Richard Pryor, 79. Exactly.
I'll have to check that out. I haven't watched it.
I love Richard Pryor, the old movie called Moving, where his neighbour comes out with a big V8 lawnmower, starts it up early every morning. So he moves, and then when he moves to Georgia or Idaho, Boise, Idaho, and it's all about him moving over there. And he's got a Saab, and he gets the bloke to drive his Saab over while he moves the car over, and he hires this fellow to look after his Saab, but he's a split personality fucking psychopath. So his car doesn't make it, safe to say.
Oh, no.
Then when he gets to the other side, his neighbour says, I've got a cousin who lives over there. I'll ring him up, warn him, tell him you're coming. Then when he moves over there, he lives right next door to his cousin with another V8 lawnmower. Yeah.
I only learned
and
recently
this one too. This is my favourite. What Chewie said: "Hear no evil, see no evil." That's my favourite movie of both of them. Definitely, one's deaf and the other one's blind.
Oh, I saw that years ago. That is a good movie. That's with the guy that was in the Superman movie. I can't think of it. I can see him. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
With the curly hair.
It's Richard Pryor and fucking what's his name?
I can't think of it. Someone.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in Blazing Saddles and all that as well. What's his name? Who is it? Gene Wilder. That's it. I knew one of the boys. Yeah, Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. And see no evil, hear no evil. Richard Pryor's the blind one and goes, "Oh, she smelled good."
I'll have to watch that again. I haven't seen that in years.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, it's a ripper. It's one of the really good funny movies. You can just keep watching. I
only learned recently that Richard Pryor set himself on fire. For real. I did not know that. That's a horrendous story. I can't imagine the place he must have been in. Like mentally.
That see no evil, you know evil is so funny. It's fucking really out there. It's a good one.
That's a long
one. Next one. We're getting there. Question 12. Tattoos. Tell us the first story about getting your tattoos. Favorite type, black and grey. If not, what made you not get any?
I love a good tattoo, but I don't have any. I do have one in mind. I want to have a sort of a hand of cards because it's, you sort of get dealt a set of cards. You get influence on what's going on, but there's still chance. You don't own all the results of your choices. And I kind of like that. And I want to have things that are meaningful for me on those cards. But in terms of design, I can't think of a good design. I got to find a good tattoo artist because the stuff they come up with is incredible and they'll be able to make something great out of any idea, But that's what I'd like. That's something on the cards, pardon the pun. What about yourself?
Me, I've got a few.
I know you got a couple.
I've actually, when I do my video to the meetup, I actually call in the Narrabeen Tattoo Studio down there and talk about tattoos on the video.
Yep.
But long story short, I think I'm not going to go with him now because I found the tattooist up here is closer and is just as artistic as the fella is down in Narrabeen. So just because of the travel and details and the cost of the tattoos, I think I'll go with that up here. But he's drawing it up at the moment, so I'll compare the two and do what I obviously make my choice when I sort of come to your arrangement in doing so. But Nah, my first one was a feral pig busting out of my shoulder blade. I got it when I was about 20, 25 was my first tattoo. And I remember sitting down. Chickie's gone, yeah, this is it. I go, oh, okay. It was only the outline. Go, righto. Sitting down, and she's gone, fuck, there you go, righto, keep going. Too late, I'm going through with it.
That must be painful.
And since then, I go back, yeah, knuckles, hands, arm. I'll be finishing my sleeve. That's my tattoo that I'll be getting done next time.
So the knuckles painful?
Yeah, they weren't too bad because there's not much on there. It's just the numbers and whatnot. Worst bit, the secret is like where the sun don't shine, that's where it'll be tender. And all honesty, up under there, if you get tattooed there, you can feel it up in your fingers.
I believe that.
And then, your knuckles, they're a bit tender. I thought the ankle's probably about the worst, especially the Achilles tendon, because I got an ankle band, and when they did me Achilles tendon, that's probably the most. Imagine sort of a needle hit an elastic band or something like that.
Right up and everything, yeah.
Yeah. My first one was coughing on the side of my hand.
Yeah, right.
My first one took 3 hours, and I was only sort of getting irritated at the end because she was doing the tuss and going over and over the same spot. So I think it was just got to the stage where I was sort of over it at that time. But it's a different pain. Like even to get all that done and all that, that was 2 sits. You know, and I don't know, you just sit there and switch off. You know, like anything. If the kid's fucking annoying you, switch off and don't listen to them. So
you're in for it. So you sometimes you're in something like
well, you know,
you got to sit.
It's going to last, and it's not going to fucking fade or anything like that. So you're getting it. So it's just like okay, and it's a satisfaction once you get it done. You'll get to the end of it. It's like the worst thing is day 3 of the healing process. Because once it gets to day 3, that's when it's real tender. And like probably guessing like with the scab, that's when the scab's real tender and red and all flared up. So where the ink's gone over and gone in, it's raised up and real tender to touch. And normally when you have a shower, the hot water's too hot for it. So you got to have a cool shower. Then the towel's even too tender to wipe. You got to pat it. And that's day 3 is the worst. But other than that, you just rub the panthen and vitamin E cream, and then again you're right after that.
Yeah, right.
It heals pretty quickly. So you're glutton for punishment. I can't wait to do it again. They're addictive, definitely. I can tell you that now.
What do you got in mind for your next one?
Well, it'd be I got be a skull reef down the bottom here. Then there'd be a mako shark and a couple of tigers and more sharks swimming around with a sand bottom, looking like something like that in there. So it's definitely. The other fella drew up one and it looks really good. And this fella I've been to, he said, we can do that tattoo if you want. But I thought, nah, you give me your version and see what you can. I'd like to see what you can come up with. And then if I like bits and pieces of both the tattoos, then we can sort of marry a few things together and get one I want. So
that's true.
Yeah, I already got the money saved up because I was saving up to get this one done. And the Narrabeen fella hasn't been answering me calls and he's been too busy with other work. So if he's like that and he won't answer me messages on Instagram and things like that, he's too busy. So I just thought I'll push and get this fella up here to do it at Foster. Yeah, Marlon his name is. And I've seen his work, and a fella at the pub, this Nighty, good mate of mine at the pub, he's got a nice... He's got roses and all that, and the water droplets on the leaf are so realistic with the white highlight and the water drop, and it looks it's looked really good. So
it's insane how good they are. It's incredible.
Oh, mate, yeah. And like me being a screen printer and being into obviously like photography and printing photos and 4-color halftones, and I've been I've got an eye for it and been doing it all my life, like screen printing.
Yeah,
You
right.
sort of know what you want, and you got high expectations, and you just you know what you want, and you get very picky. I used to print shirts in my garage, but I was too picky. If I found a fault in a shirt, I wouldn't sell it, and I'd fold it up and throw it away. And he mate up the road that used to live up the road, I'd sling him the shirts, and he's going, "Oh fuck, no worries." He thought they were all great, but me yourself, you're being a perfectionist. You know the fault, you know what's not right there, and other people it's like a spray painter going up to a car and say, "Oh, yeah, there's a run mark there, there's something there." They can pick all the faults, and with a screen printer, you're like that yourself. You sort of pick the faults, and instead of itemizing the talent of the work.
I got a mate of mine who, one stage, he was doing like the car stickers, the stickers you put on your cars with his stripes and everything. And he's got a real eye for perfection. He's a musician, and he works it right down to that perfection that he sees. And I mean, it sounds perfect to me, and he still picks things. But same thing with his, working with the stickers on the cars. He sort of held himself to a really high standard, a high regard.
Yeah.
5 hours on your leg. Oh,
yeah, well, then this one I'm doing, it's going to take 7 hours to do the upper arm. I think I did I did 2 sits at 3 hours to do. They did the color logo and whatnot, and then they did the fill. After that, I think they were both sort of 3-hour sits.
Wow.
And a week apart.
Unbelievable. It's just putting a small one on the end of my finger after these stories now.
It's turning you off. No, it's all worth it. Like I said, once you get it and it's there, the pain's all worth it. So
yeah. No, I'm on that. I got my idea. I know what I'm after. It's once you get it set, you start thinking, right, and you start living in.
I was one of those kids too, like running around with the fucking chewy wrappers sticking tattoos all over me.
Remember them? Do they still make it?
Probably not. I remember back in the day, they used to in the 70s. You'd fucking chew the gum and you just fucking be putting tattoos all up your arm.
They were everywhere.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go sick as a fucking teenager. I would have been covered in shit tattoos. So I was lucky I had strict parents and I wasn't going to fucking disappoint. It took me 25 years before I fucking disappointed them.
Yeah, right.
Tattoos anyway. I'm pretty sure I disappointed them way back before then, probably when I was 15. But anyway,
you're right. When you're sort of 16, you're thinking, "I know exactly what I want," and it must be 10 years later, you're like, "That was a bad idea."
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that.
No, you're right. Actually, daily commute, it's a timestamp of a memory and a time. That's true. That's a good way to think of it. You're right.
I was like, it's timestamp definitely. Like all mine have got meaning. That's the one thing too. Like, I think the best thing when you think about it, and like being a perfectionist as you are, is like with video creating and whatever else you do in your field, you know what you want. And with mine, all my tattoos, I'd rather have meaning than I'm not one to go out and go, "Oh, get me that rose, put it here." I'm not. It's mine will have meaning and all that. Like Blink-182, that's a band that Kirsty's brother-in-law, or my brother-in-law, he died when he was 27. He hung himself when he was 27, and that was a band we all loved listening to, Blink-182. And then not long after that, that's when Tom started his other band, Angels and Airwaves, and we're right into that too. And both my boys at the time when he passed, I was 4 and 5, and they're right into Blink-182, Angels and Airwaves, and all the punk stuff and everything, all that sort of that caper, and it's all to do with Scott. Just memories of being around him and whatnot, and going to see bands and football and things like that. So yes, and that. Like there, that's my old man. He had prostate cancer, so I got his name on my arm. Harley, obviously, because I got a Harley. Sprockets and the fill. I let the tattooist free range and said just fill it with whatever you want.
Wow.
And then my ankle's my son's birth star. One's Aquarius, so I've got waves around the bottom half. My other son's a Scorpio, so he's got the Scorpio logo at the top half. And then when I got that, I wasn't sort of 100% with it. So I added a flesh tear. And with the flesh tear, it's peeling back the skin, revealing the ankle band in underneath the flesh tear. So it's like you peel back the skin, you can see the ankle band tattooed around my ankle. Amazing. And then Sharky's logo on my chest because they won the premiership that time. And then the next one, like I said, would be Sharks, Shark related and whatnot because it's a logo. And also because I love Sharks and favourite football team. And mainly I love Sharks anyway. So, yeah, Mako's my favourite Shark. So that's, everyone loves great whites, but I love Mako's. I'm a psycho. I love it.
What's a Mako? I don't know anything about Sharks. What's a Mako?
Mako, they're the fucking craziest one in the ocean. They're the quickest shark.
The psycho shark.
Yeah, they are pretty much. You look up YouTube videos, say look up a Mako shark, and they breach out of the water. They flip out of the water 5 or 6 times. Wow. Yeah, you'll be blown away. They're pretty fucking psycho. And then you got. I'm a weird one. I don't like the mainstream shark. Like everyone likes a great white shark because of Jaws. But no,
that's the one I think I
like. Then like everyone likes tigers, but no, I like jaguars. Yeah, because in the jaguar you got the wider jaw and they're just more stealth. Or panthers, but more. And then other ones like just other things like I don't like picking the mainstream like I said, sharks, great white, I'll go Mako, or they like tigers and I'll like the jaguars, or they like leopards or lions. My favorite cat's a jaguar, and just things like that. I'm not one for the mainstream.
I like the underdog. I like something that's not sort of in the spotlight, that's for sure.
That's it. And see Roger's having a dig. That's a bit like the seagulls, Rog?
Spot on. Down for it.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, the Mako's the fastest fish in the sea. They've got to be that quick to catch the fucking tuna. They they eat the blue tuna all down around South Australia.
Yeah,
that's the way, Rog. If you didn't answer like that, I wouldn't be happy. I've seen Kraken pop in. Cheers, mate. Eric.
Hey, Eric. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Wild.
Been watching your videos too lately. They've been real good. I didn't win anything because I actually didn't comment. But anyway, I did enjoy it. Did enjoy your videos.
Now, instead of 1,000, you get Megalodon.
Megalodon, yeah. The big fuckers. Megalodon's like the dinosaur shark. They actually got a movie out called Meg, and it's all about the Megalodon. It's all the sharks back in the day.
So these descriptions, the psycho shark, the dinosaur shark. Oh, I'm going to be terrified to ever go in the water again. I had no idea about it.
Yeah, exactly. I watched Jaws and then I went surfing the next day. That's like even I watched Razorback and then we went pig shooting 2 weeks after that. Wow. Razorback one.
Mate of mine just got back from you over the weekend.
Wild shark, slow. I feel like that when I'm swimming in the water. I'm more like a dugong.
I got the dugong.
Yeah, this is a good thing about it. Everyone commenting in the comments is like it makes it so much worthwhile. Up to the final question, but I'm sure the boys will shoot some more later. Future plans for your channel this year? What you'll be keeping an eye out for? There you go. What's the number one thing to do on your bucket list?
Oh, the number one thing on my bucket list. Oh man, All right, future plans for the channel. I want to. I've just got myself a microphone in my helmet, so I want to talk a bit more. But when I first did my ride with it, I thought, wow, I don't have anything to say. It's kind of hard to what am I going to talk about, But I don't know. I'll sort of try and fit that in somehow. I don't know. Yeah, I've got some work over in WA to do, and I got some work over in country South Australia, 2 locations, and flying over to WA and riding Nullarbor over, and then doing those jobs is just. I mean, you want to talk about riding to work? That's a pretty nice little connection. I tend to like doing that. There's a place. What's it called? It's Clare, and I can't remember the other place. It's all on my schedule, but that's that plan. That's going to be nice, and I want to do it really right, doing the Nullarbor. I don't want to, because when I've done so many rides in the outback and such, you sort of think, oh man, how do rides pass so much? So I want to really stop and dictate some of that stuff. But for the channel, I don't know, man. I don't like to let that channel dictate me. I just like to put things up. I put up all silly stuff, and there's go-karts. I'm putting up an MX5 drive that me and Jen did about 4 or 5 months ago, and I got all sorts of great footage of that, and I'm sure that'll up people that there's a little four-wheeler convertible on the channel, but it's just whatever I feel. I'm not trying to make.
No, that's it. That's like because I've been flat out with the organisation. Like I said before, I've smashed out 9 movies for them because it's not public use, and it's mainly just for the chapter to watch and reminisce about. But I've been busy behind the scenes. But in that case, obviously, like the YouTube channel, it's not. I suffered only because I haven't been putting stuff out and haven't had time to. But it's like you're saying, is whatever I do. If I'm forward driving, I'm gonna be forward driving. I know I've been putting much bike stuff out because I'm mainly all related to the chapter and all that. But I will definitely get out. I don't want to do my pub reviews, and when I do a pub review, I want to do it on my bike more so than going in a car. But unless I'm in a car in a different town and we have a good feed and it's a good pub, then I'm going to talk about it. So it's like me trip going down to East Lynn. There's 2 pub reviews I've done already for that. So when I put that video up, there'll be 2 links in the video to check those 2 pub reviews out. Nice. Clifton Pub and fucking the other one. What's the other one? The Sands Hotel at Maroubra. Yeah,
I like the one you did with the hotel that was shut down, and then they
that's Clifton one. Yeah, that was amazing. We drove past. I remember driving past with Mrs. Smitty, and it's just the fucking shitty old building, boarded up windows, graffiti all over it. Wasn't really again like a real derelict old building. And next minute I drove past after COVID and all that, and I said, "Oh fuck, it's open." Called in. I said, "Yeah, no, it opened last December." So it was like, "You beauty." But went there, and like I'm honest with all me pub reviews, it was fucking expensive, like $10.50 a schooner. It's like, okay, first and last, see you later. Did it out. Nice having a beer. Nice to see you going again, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's a save of the beer name. That one. You're not. Wow. Yeah. I don't know. The prices going up is just horrifying to watch. I just hope that it doesn't get out of control.
Yeah, and the funny thing about that pub, actually, like I did have the Jervis Bay Pilsner, and then when we were down just the other weekend. I can't remember what pub it was. I think it was Ulladulla BWS, and they had Jervis Bay fucking brewed 4-pack or 6-pack in Vegas. So I bought it and had it was a 4-pack, wasn't a 6-pack, and I had a crack at the Pilsner at the fucking BWS, but. Yeah, it's still pretty pricey, obviously, for a 4-pack. And then
Yeah,
obviously
they
did
catch
it
you
again
out
just
before
to
that,
say I had it. And we worked when we did our trip down south, which is another video I got to do. We drove all the way down to Rooma, and now we called in. We're calling into the Jervis Bay Brewery, but it was shut that Monday or that Sunday that we were going through, so we couldn't fucking go into doing it.
I've had exactly that experience, man.
Yeah, which is why when I was in the Jervis Bay Pilsner, I go in Jervis Bay Pilsner said, "Okay, I'm having one." So, ended up getting the 4-pack, and I had it instead. So,
but yeah, that's no realization in the car park of going, "Oh, it's closed." Yeah, right. Made the trip out.
Exactly.
Live strip Roger. I don't know what they've been talking about. Where's that been from?
It's stirring Potsy up with his when he showed his tattoos, I think.
Eric's asking.
Eric's asking. Yeah, with you, Moto vlogging.
Yeah, look, I don't want to be going for a ride and having a talk about something's not my style. And anytime I try anything like that, I listen to myself and go, "Oh, shut up!" Honestly, it's not what I want to do. But I do want to be able to put some sort of live. It's not commentary, but I want to be able to just add a bit of the experience in. I mean, how many times do you see something beautiful, you're like, wow, look at that. But if you try and record wow afterwards over the top, or you type wow on the bottom, it's not real. So I want a bit more connection with the experience.
Yeah, I think
that microphone.
I understand what you're saying. Like you be adding, well, not so much sound effects, but you're adding points in time and points of sections in your videos. But then I think you'll find in the long run you'll end up probably start to get to the motor vlogging sort of style at the end of it, because you'll end up probably eventually you won't know. Before you know it, you'll be talking and chatting and you'll be doing it anyway. It's just all what you're confident with and how comfy you get and how you express it all and all that type of thing. Because
true,
it's like Eric says, he says it. Yeah, it makes sense. Like, and that's how everyone starts. You'll chat a little bit, or you put sound effects in it. Oh fuck, check that out, or things like that, or check the hits on that thing over there. But it's like
not just me writing. Like,
look at the side of that fucking pothole.
Oh my goodness, I saw some pearlers when I was riding through Victoria. I don't know what they're doing with their money down there, but it's not fixing potholes. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Now we printed another 150 pothole signs today, so they're not fixing roads; they're buying more signs.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, no way.
Exactly
well,
right.
I'm glad you're doing that. That's just horrible how some of them just creep up on you.
I don't know if I put it up on Instagram today, but there's a pothole. There's a pothole on my way to the local. It's got an A-frame in front of it. It says pavement damage ahead, be careful, blah, 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 40 Ks. Then you go around the corner, there's a big fucking pothole the size of your bonnet of your car. And when I took the photo of that, I wish I had the camera out the day before, because I drove around that corner the day before, 24 hours before, and there was a duck standing in the pothole. No bullshit. There was a wood duck standing in the pothole, and I thought, fuck, I should have took a photo of that. Then I went past the next day hoping the duck would be there again, but it wasn't there.
I love it.
It was deep, and it was deep. It was a fucking beauty. I drove through it the second time just to see actually how deep it was, because the duck was in it, and it was pretty deep. It was a sump cluster.
I love that.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I wish I had the camera, just the GoPro on. It would have been, if I had the GoPro on, you would have got it all. Pothole, and there's a fucking duck paddling around this fucking pothole.
So good.
It was awesome.
The only thing I saw when I was riding through one of those 40 pothole things was a police car, not warning me about the potholes, but ready to catch me speeding doing 55 and a 40,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming.
No,
Yeah,
exactly right.
I thought it was a bit rough. I mean, I get it. You know, if you're speeding, you got to, you know, blah, blah, blah. I get all of that. But it just seemed a bit rough to say, hey, this area is dangerous, so let's catch him for speeding, you know? Something
Yeah,
seemed a bit
exactly.
rough. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
they pulled over the person in front of me, which was sad for
Yeah.
them. That's for sure.
Desires made it to the live, and we're just about to wrap it up, unfortunately.
Good morning, everyone. Wow.
Has anyone in there got any other questions for Nick? We'll shoot a couple more questions at him while Desires just popped in, and then we'll call it.
Sounds good to me.
We've got 15 minutes, fucking 2 hours, so 15 more minutes, and then we'll call it. What do you reckon?
Good run. I'm in for that.
Yeah. Any questions for Nick? You're going to the meetup this year, Nick? Yeah.
I'm starting to think I won't be able to. I might have some commitments in Adelaide, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's
it. Times change. I know that.
Yeah. So I do have a place booked there. If I can't go, then I'll have to cancel it. I don't think it's paid yet. So if the place is booked out, there might be a place that comes up.
Yeah.
I've got to, you know.
Is that 719? That'd be AM. Is that right?
Wow.
Have to be in US. 719 AM. You in Florida? Where are you? She's in an RV trekking around.
Yeah, right. I'd love to do that.
Oh, she's got tows the bike around and again RVing. That's the lifestyle. That's like I had Bell's Moto on here a while ago, which is a good friend of Desire, and also I'm trying. Oh, they said they'd do it in what's it, Laconia. It's in Laconia. The Tolson Life. They're good. Daryl and Clay, his wife. Yeah, I'll get them on sometime soon too.
Right.
I've got them lined up. I've got the 2 Up Junkies lined up. I did have a word to the who are they? The fuck Brews, the fucking 3 of them. Beers and Brews. That they said they were gonna have a chat and see if they want to.
Nice.
I got heaps that definitely want to do it and said they'd do it. It's just like I said, it's the big. I said it's 7:19. It's sort of our fucking bedtime later at 9:20. So either we have to get up in the morning and do it, or they have to have to stay up late and do it there early morning. So 9 times out of 10, I try and get up and do it on a Saturday, Sunday morning, which is like their mid-afternoon, night time over there. So it's not too late for them. It's how I sort of swindle the international ones for it, but
it makes the most sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty keen to get the 2 Up Junkies on here. Like they're a great couple. Her camera work and all that's improving immensely. And just Clay is that's right. Clay, it's Clay. I wasn't sure if it was Cray or Clay. Yeah, Clay. Yeah, Daryl's wife. And Daryl's actually a twin. He's got another brother who I believe they were police officers, something like that.
Yeah, right. I think I've seen that channel. It rings a bell.
Yeah, they are great folks. I've been following them since I've been on YouTube, and then when Bell and Andy fucking started hanging around and doing their RVing and videos and all that together, because they hang around a lot together, trekking around like they do. I said, "Oh yeah, I've been following them for ages too." So they sort of plug each other's channel and go, "Oh yeah, I've been watching you guys as well."
Yeah, right. Yeah. How long have you been running your channel?
I think it's going on 3 years now. Probably even nearly 4 now. So my subs have fucking plateaued. I don't think I'll ever crack up fucking 400. I'm always hanging around 390, 300, but I'm happy with that.
Mate, however it works. But they're talking that YouTube are changing it in some countries to 500. I saw it on Eric's video instead of 1,000. But I mean, I don't know how much monetization matters, honestly. But
Yeah.
500 instead of 1,000 for some places. Probably here sooner or later.
Yeah.
But it's sort of nice that people just like watching what you're doing, you know. Just
yeah, that's the way I say it too. Like me, and I know I haven't been fucking putting too much out and been trying to do a live here and there, but I haven't sort of been really plugging it too much the last 5 or 6 months. Only because of like other fucking things to do.
Yeah. Oh, look, I wouldn't want to see people making content because they feel like they have to. I want to see people making content they want to do. You know? Oh, you're frozen, mate. I don't know if you can hear me. Oh, mate. I don't know if you can hear me or if anyone can hear me, but it's frozen on this end. Ah, you're back. Yep, you're back.
Fucking Wi-Fi. I'm in the garage and the router's in the fucking lounge room.
Oh, yeah. It just sort of reaches out.
Yeah. You are in the process of we tried to get a new one and rig up a new router, but it wasn't the right type. We got to get another one, so the son's in the process of getting another one so we can get better Wi-Fi throughout the house. Because every now and then, even a lags when you're watching like telly on your fucking smart telly.
That'll frustrate me to no end. Can you get one of those extender things like a repeater station that sort of intercepts it and then sends it out further?
Yeah, the boys have that. They got one upstairs and in their bedroom because it's like the furthest point of away from the fucking router, the main router, and they got a U-Butte add-on router to fucking run their Xboxes. So they're all in the know. They all know what they're doing, but the original router, we need to upgrade that one because it's fucking too old, and we just got to get the right one to work properly. And the one that you got one in online, it just wasn't the right one. It needed another channel or a fucking connection to make it work properly. And they got it.
I hate it when it just work and you got to change it. And you don't know why.
My youngest fella's a computer nut. He knows what he's got to do. He's just got to pull his finger out and do it.
I try and make my equipment last as long as I can. I hate upgrading stuff. You know, it's just I just don't want to have to replace gear all the time for reasons I don't understand. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Keep in and feel
some do it for the money, some do it for the views.
No, exactly right. I don't do it for the money. It's nothing like that.
I don't think anyone.
I just do it so fucking people have got something to watch and hope it keeps them happy. They like watching me stuff. That's the main reason why I do it.
Well, I teach computer skills, and that's one of the reasons I started was so I could learn how to edit videos, and I could teach it in some of my classes. But the course I'm making for that, I've sort of switched lanes, and now I'm trying to figure a course for working with AI because that's the hot thing that's coming up, and I've got to be on top of what people need, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a pain because I had a nice course half done for video editing. I've taught some people. I've been making money because that's what I do. I teach computer skills, and I've been teaching a few people and making money out of it and contacts and stuff. It's coming together well, but I've only got a half-day course put together for it. I need a full-day course, but the AI now I've got to start teaching that. That's the hot subject.
Exactly. Even Desire, she's one of the ones I've lined up. We just got to get a date properly.
Nice.
Get her back in, get her on the panel.
I appreciate you lining this one up. It's I would have been hard for me to do it for the next like 3-4 weeks. So this is the time.
Yeah.
Brilliant, mate.
See, with the Aussie ones, it's so you can, and with me chapter and all that as well, and I'm so tied up with organisation now. It's the kids are first, and kids' family and that are first, and like the rest is taking a back seat. So everything's more spontaneous now. It's like, it's either can you do it now? How about tomorrow? Yeah, no worries. Like in the next sort of 3 days type of thing. If not, you can't really say in a week or a fortnight because then it can pop up in that fortnight. You know,
it's like now or 6 months.
It's like we planned at the start of the year before the footy started. We booked two 2 games to go and watch the Sharks play,
Mhm.
and both times they played, I couldn't go because I've chapter duties on. I couldn't go. So, but the family and everyone else, they all went with their tickets and enjoyed the game. But I had other stuff to do, and I just couldn't go. So that's now, like I said, now everything's got to be more spontaneous. Now we can't plan. This is going to have to be. It's going to have to be done. Like I know with the meetup, that's all locked in. I've got accommodation, so I know that weekend. If anything falls on that, I'll let them know. I said, no, sorry, I can't. I've got something on. Yep, so in that way, I know the last weekend in August, I can't. It's all tied up with the meetups, and then I know even with the organisation in May, the third weekend in May, I can't do anything because that's our 100-mile ride, and that's our main thing that we do each year. So on top of everything else, so
I see.
That's it.
How long are you going to take to ride up to the meetup?
It's 3.5 hours from here.
Oh, so that's a 1-day thing. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So Ulladulla was 6 hours. That's like 6 hours 20 minutes from here.
Yeah,
6.5 hours from here to get down to that.
Yeah.
And because that was real shitty weather and all that and whatnot, that's why I took the car when I went down last year.
Right. That's right.
The year before that, it was sort of similar. It was sort of sketchy weather-wise, and
really.
I took the car to that one as well. But this one, I'm riding rain, hail, shine because I got a cabin booked and all that. And mate, the amount of riding I've been doing in the rain, it doesn't matter now. I can tell you that now. Like the year before, we had the 100-mile ride. It pissed down all weekend, but you had to ride 160 k's in the rain. That's the ride. But then I still had to ride 2 hours down to get there and then 2 hours back home after that. So it was all weekend you just riding in the rain.
Mate,
Come home
and
you just hang everything up in the garage, run straight into the shower, thaw out a bit, warm your Thor up. Look at your bike and it's fucking putrid. You just walking.
Clean my bike gets. I mean, I've got half of Australia on my bike, so it's when it rains, it's the cleanest it ever gets. But sometimes you're riding, you're thinking, "Wow, this is a bad idea," but you're sort of in and you're making it happen.
Yeah. But even I did a black dog ride too up at Port Macquarie as a first real big wet weather one I did too, and on the way up there, I got drenched before I even got to Kew, which is only 20 minutes up the road. And like Port's only 40 minutes away anyway. And I got there and it was wringing wet. And then they drove back to Kew, was one of the stops. Once I got there, I'd come back home. But it pissed down all that weekend, that day for that ride too. And the way I seen it, like people out there, it was a black dog ride. It's all about depression and suicide and all that, and what people go through and whatnot. You just do it. You go and do it anyway because it's a good cause, and that's what you got to do.
Yeah, good on you, man. That's a cause, that one. There's a lot of silent sufferers out there.
Exactly right. There's a lot of silent sufferers like that, and then ones that speak up. Sometimes they get chopped down for just not even sarcasm, but just sort of jokingly. And they take it to heart in a little comment can just send them over the edge.
It's true. Yeah. And even with best of intentions, it's hard to have someone relate to you when you're there. It's not easy. It's a hard thing in a lot of ways.
Yeah, exactly.
What are the other caravan visitors going to think when we all rock up?
I actually met Luke. He come to our ride the other month, and he actually a top bloke.
He's the guy who runs the place, yeah.
He owns the caravan park, so he's real keen. He can't wait for it. Chewy's met him. I remember Chewy put up a picture. He called in and seen him. Yeah, he's a bunch of wankers, exactly. Pretty much. So we'll have the music blasting through the speaker, and you'll have a fire and all that going for us. So
it just sounds amazing. That sounds great.
Exactly right.
If I can be there, I will, but I don't like my chances. It's just over the last few weeks, I can't do it, damn, you know. So I have to put that cabin up, and anyway, I'm bummed about that, but
yeah,
it's possible, but it's unlikely.
Oh, Nitro's got you always into sport bikes.
Lately, really. I don't know how people ride sport bikes. It seems so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Although I love Ducatis and all that.
Yeah, amazing.
Exactly. Listen to your uncle.
1.6 or something. It looks like a motorbike Ferrari. It's insane.
Sports bike are fun.
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you what, though, I had to borrow a couple of bikes, a couple of rides I went on because I had a flat tire and a flat battery the time I had to go for a ride, and I had to borrow a bike through the chapter. One was a 103 and the other one was a Deuce Softail. Well, the 103 bagger street glide, it was fuck, man. The new Harleys have got some poke. I can tell you now, I can understand why all these blokes are wheel standing their baggers. Like, they just got some grunt. Yeah, like they think they're fucking big and slow. They ain't fucking slow. Like,
no, really
the new ones these days, like I'm riding around on a fucking 80 cubic inch fucking Evo, like 30-year-old Harley. Then the new ones, like the 103s with a stage 3 cam in it. It was raining and I was keeping up with my mate. And I was in 4th gear, giving it to it, and it started to peel out. I was doing a burnout in 4th gear, trying to catch him in the wet. It was fish going. So I had to back off to get traction again and then catch up. So yeah, they got some grunt, like the new Milwaukee's or whatever that one was. 103 was a stage 3 in it. And he's got a 117 now. And yeah, like I said, now I can understand why I see all these blokes will stand and baggers. You just got the grunt, you just go what, and then they're fucking up there. The new Harleys are really impressive, that's for sure.
Incredible. That's not.
I saw not to ride another bike, but because I had got into a situation where I had to ride a bike to lock up my rides for the chapter.
Right.
And I had to borrow these bikes, and as mandatory events. It was very first of all, I thank the guys that let me ride their bikes to start with, and then they're definitely like my old girl. She's a good bike, but the new ones now, they got some toe, especially like the Milwaukee 8s and all that. Now there's like I'd love to have a ride of a 136 now or something like that.
I can't imagine. But the new one, they're getting rid of the stages, I'm told. It's going to be the bike's worked or it's not worked. There's some thing with like variable valve timing and stuff where they can't stage it up like they used to. So the change.
Yeah, right. Yeah, probably, yeah.
Don't know why, because they seem to make good money out of upgrading the bikes. It seems like something they wouldn't want to get rid of. Yeah, I'm right with you, Joey. All bikes can be fun.
Yeah,
it's true. I don't know. I've been eyeing the V-Rod. I don't have the money, but I like the idea of that sort of power on that nice low sort of rocket ship sort of style. That's an attractive thing.
Well, they get up in Mumbo, that's for sure. Being the old race engine that they were to go forward to start with.
Yeah, that's an interesting back. It's amazing.
Awesome. All right, we made 2 hours. I think we might call it.
It's been good stuff. I really appreciate you having me on. It's been good to chat with you.
No, not a problem. It's all good. And now looking forward to the next event.
I will run into each other at some stage. I mean, I don't like riding through Sydney. I always try to go around Sydney if I'm going to go up that way, which means I basically haven't been up north of Sydney since pre-pandemic, a long time, because it's just
right.
I've got to take 2 or 3 days because I can't stand suburbia. It's awful and I don't enjoy it, you know. So I end up going south all the time. But we'll run into each other at some stage. That's for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. Very good, man. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. See you. Yeah, thanks for everyone in the side chat. You guys are what makes this more enjoyable. Like we shoot the shit, and you guys put the shit on us. So that's what it's all about.
I appreciate you. I won't say that when I see all the insights in the side chat. But
Yeah.
good to see you guys. Thanks for coming on. That's awesome.
Yeah, no worries. Cheers, guys. Thanks heaps. Take it easy.
See you, everyone. Have a good one.